tuned in.
You are now tuned into
the realest show on YouTube with your host, the Angryman.
Yo, shout out to Ricky Tan from Vietnam. He said Dot got them pants from his Transformer uncle. Shout out to Kelvin. He said these dudes are dumber than Ed off of Crank Yanker. Oh my God. With the helmet and the whole nine. Shout out to Dark Power. Appreciate it. We kind of low on the support. Where's the support at? We need some sponsors on the Cash App side of the game. Make sure y'all sponsor the show. All of that good stuff. We got a lot to unpack. Got a lot of complicated shit to unpack. So, let's start with the first thing on the agenda. You guys tell me if you noticed this. So we just had an election last year. Kamala Harris went up against Donald J. Trump, and she lost in spectacular fashion. She lost. Donald Trump won. You know what you don't see the typical Trump supporters doing after his victory? Press 1 if you would like to know something that you don't see the typical Trump supporters doing. Especially not me. What you don't see the typical Trump supporter doing is going to left-wing podcasts to argue in the chat. You will never go to a left-wing podcast, a left-wing live stream, any of that shit, and see the Angryman in the chat room battling with Kamala Harris supporters about how badly Trump beat Kamala. And the reason why is because the victory, the actual victory, was enough. I don't need to go to a Democrat, leftist, progressive, Kamala Harris supporting channel and try to beat them over the head with the obvious victory. But for some odd reason, every single time I go live with Kendrick Lamar's name in the damn title or his picture on the thumbnail, knowing full and well that I'm not on Kendrick's side, here comes all of the Kendrick fans to tell me that Drake lost. So the question becomes, if Kendrick really won, why do you have to fight so hard in the chat rooms and the comment sections for his victory? I'm going to tell you why. Because even though you'll never admit it, in the back of your mind, you know that clown ass nigga didn't win shit. In your heart of hearts, you know he didn't win. Now, you'll take full advantage of the wave of people saying that he won, mostly because of peer pressure. Let's be honest. A lot of it is peer pressure. A lot of it is you niggas not wanting to be on the outs with everybody else. It's the same thing that kept people from admitting that they were Trump supporters. They didn't want the family to be mad at them. They didn't want their homies to be mad at them. And if y'all think I'm joking, just look at some of the people that are Drake fans that will try to defend Drake, and they'll give the preamble. They'll say, now look, I'm not saying that Drake won. I'm not saying K-Dot didn't win. K-Dot definitely won, but all I'm saying is this. That's a reaction to peer pressure. When you have to preface your statement with, I'm not saying it, I'm not. In fact, the way you niggas be running around here talking about some, come on, Angryman, you know K-Dot won. You know K-Dot won. You know what you sound like? You sound like the Democrats talking about the 2020 election at the confirmation hearings. That's what you sound like. You sound like them Democrats sitting up there trying to get Kash Patel to say out loud that Joe Biden won the 2020 election. The same reason why I'm looking at them trying to figure out why they're going that hard in the paint about that when Joe Biden was already president. I mean, Kendrick, you claim he won. He was at the damn Super Bowl. Why are you still campaigning for him to win a beef that's supposed to be over? Yeah. You can not like me. You can hate my guts. You can hate the fact that I'm on Drake's side. You can hate Drake, but guess what? If you got even an ounce of fucking intelligence, you know what I just said makes perfect sense. That's the real reason why you niggas don't like me. Because you can say whatever you want to say about me, but the one thing you're not going to say is that I don't make perfect sense. You're not going to say that. You're not going to say that. The hell? We back. Press one if y'all can see me. Oh, these niggas really trying to stop your boy. They really trying to stop your boy. They really trying to stop your boy. They really trying to stop me from talking this shit. Oh. Again, like I said before, you can dislike me. You can talk as much smack as you want to talk, but you know what I'm saying makes perfect sense. So I will reiterate it, go right back to it yet again. If you truly believe that K-Dot won, right? Why is it every time I do a stream, I mean, y'all obviously know that I'm on Drake's side. I mean, at this point, it's obvious. At this point, you should understand that. So if you know for a fact that I'm on Drake's side, if you know for a fact that I'm going to bump a bunch of Drake's music, and you also know for a fact in your mind that Kendrick won, why do you need to convince me? Why do you need to convince me? Why do you need to convince me? It bothers you, don't you? It bothers you that I won't say K.1. It really bothers you, don't it? It bothers you just like it bothers those congressmen that Kash Patel won't say it. I told y'all think I'm joking. I told y'all that all of this parallels. There is no coincidence. It isn't a coincidence that K. Dot, who is pushing wokeness, beefs with Drake, who's on his way to being a billionaire, the same year as an election where Kamala Harris is a candidate pushing wokeness, going up against a candidate, Donald Trump, that's a billionaire. This is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that Donald Trump is going against the government establishment the same way Drake is going against the music establishment. I keep telling y'all this is not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. Kendrick is Kamala. Donald Trump is Drake. Like I gave y'all the parallels before. I gave y'all the parallels before. See, look, check it out. I'm gonna show y'all. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Kendrick destroyed your boy, you and your feelings over that, AKA, over that act, AKA Drake. If Kendrick really won, why would he need to do that? Let's break down what he said. So first he says Kendrick destroyed your boy, which we all know at the end of the day is a matter of opinion, right? But then he had to take it a step further and say you and your feelings. So he had to throw an insult in there as well, which means he's really invested. So again, if K. Dot definitively won, why do you need to do that? Why does his victory need to be propped up by y'all constantly repeating it over and over again? It's almost like you think if you don't keep saying he won, people gonna change their minds. Is that what it is? Is that the reason why y'all keep screaming that mantra over and over again? Because you're afraid that the tide is going to turn. You're afraid that people are going to wake the fuck up and say, you know what? Let's re-examine this thing. Is that what you're afraid of? Is that what you're afraid of, bully boner? And by the way, you look, I can't tell. That's not him in that picture. I can tell you this, though. Here's one thing I notice. Whenever I talk like this, K-Dot fans get mad, but dark-skinned K-Dot fans get really mad. Y'all notice that? Y'all notice that? And by the way, man, hit the Cash App and support the show. What's going on today with the support? Is it because it's 10 o'clock? We need some support. Because what I'm going to do today, and a lot of you are probably going to have a problem with this, but I really don't care. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to break down why all this love for Kendrick just proves one thing about black people. It proves you're stupid. And I'm going to use the election to prove it. That's right. That's right. I'm going to use the election to prove it. But before we get to any of that, we need some support. We can't leave it all up to Triple Dot Tone. Appreciate you, Triple Dot Tone. We need some support. Where's the BINO Nation at? Jesse said, what does people's love for Drake say? What do you mean, what is it? What does the love for Drake say? People aren't going as hard in the paint for Drake as they are for Kendrick. And Drake doesn't have some sort of woke message. Drake is just making party music, feel good music. Drake is not trying to put a political agenda behind his music. That's the difference. Drake doesn't try to put political agendas in his music. Shout out to KC. He said, stay on their neck, AM. No doubt. Shout out to Matthew. Said, keep it 100, AM. Shout out to Elvis. Shout out to Kevin. He said, K-Dot definitely overdid it. And I'm a Dot fan, shaking my head. Let's see. Shout out to King Mars, Sun God. He said, I'm your BINO's keeper. Shout out to Corky. Shout out to Andre. He said, people can say whatever they want about Drake. He's a lot richer than 99.99999% of people. Facts. So let's cook. Y'all ready for me to cook? Y'all ready for your boy to cook? Let's cook. So, again, like I said, if K-Dot's victory, matter of fact, let's rewind a little bit. So ever since this beef started, I pretty much picked a side, and I've been on that side the entire time. Now, one of the things I noticed, let me say that, one of the things that I noticed is I don't believe in coincidence. Because last year was an election year, I found it really interesting that Kendrick just fired that shot at Drake. and they started going back and forth, right? Now, a lot of people was saying that I was reaching. A lot of people probably still think I'm reaching, right? It wasn't until I saw Kamala Harris sit her ass on the BET Awards and she said to Taraji, they not like us. I said, there it is right there. I said, there it is right there. There's the connection that I was waiting on. Now, the only thing about it, and I will give Kendrick Lamar credit for this, he was smart enough to keep his ass out of politics. He was smart enough not to go on that stage at the DNC. He was smart enough not to co-sign any of what Kamala Harris was doing, not overtly. Okay? He was smart enough not to do none of that shit. Because guess what? If he had done that, her loss would have been his loss. Right? But last night, I was on, I went over to Freezy's show. And, you know, shout out to Freezy. I got love for Freezy. But his audience, the niggas in his audience, man. There's a lot of people in his audience that are obviously leftists. They obviously Democrats. They obviously, you know, all of those different things, right? So when I was over there, there was a lot of people over there talking about Kendrick and, you know, trying to make excuses for his horrible Super Bowl performance, right? And so I'm over there talking and I'm trying to break it down and make everybody understand where I'm coming from, right? Trying to get everybody to understand where I'm coming from. You feel me? And I explained to them why I don't believe that Kendrick won. I don't believe that he won. As I've stated numerous times, the logic behind why I don't think that he won is because out of all of the songs that Kendrick put out in the beef, Euphoria was the best one. Yeah, Euphoria was even better than Not Like Us. Out of all the songs that Drake put out, Family Matters was the best one. Now, if I take Euphoria and put it up against Family Matters, Euphoria doesn't compare to Family Matters. So for me, that's a victory for Drake. Okay? Now, one of the most annoying things to sit back and watch, and I'm pretty sure that the BINO Nation will understand this. If you're in the BINO Nation and you're black, you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from. You ever notice that somebody could put out a movie? Somebody could put out a movie, right? That's a black movie, right? And the movie could suck. I mean, it could be the most raggedy piece of shit movie you ever seen in your life. The writing is bad, all of that shit. But just because it has a black director, a black cast of people that you know, the black community will act like it's the best thing that's ever, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Have y'all noticed this? Have y'all noticed this? Right? So, what happened last year with the Kendrick and Drake beef, and I said this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen because I saw niggas winding up for their niggatry. I saw him winding up for it. Every time Drake put out a diss track, niggas was trying to say it was mid. Even though all of them diss tracks that Drake put out was good. Every time K-Dot dropped one of his diss tracks, which the majority of them was trash, niggas was like, you just don't understand how deep it was in the hidden meanings, in the quadruple entendres and all that. I said, yeah, I see what you niggas is doing already. You gearing yourself up to give K-Dot the win. I saw what niggas was doing. And I'm all too familiar with it. It's one of the things I hate about the black community. One of the things I hate about the black community is, quite frankly, y'all niggas are full of shit. You're full of shit. And you always believe the hype. That's all they got. This is the reason why right now, as we speak, there are numerous documentaries about P. Diddy being a monster. This is the reason why they put out documentaries about OJ. This is the reason why they put out Surviving R. Kelly. The reason why is because whenever they want to prosecute somebody or whenever they want to turn the people against somebody, they know all they got to do is affect the court of public opinion. All they have to do is show you something enough, whether it's true or not, you're going to go along with whatever narrative they give you. Now, this works pretty much on the entire public, but it really works on niggas. It really works on niggas. That's how they're able to always give you false prophets. That's how they was able to sell you Martin Luther King Jr. Right? So this is what they do. So I'm sitting back and I'm paying attention to the algorithms. I'm paying attention to how every time I look up, they put "not like us" in front of my face. Every time I look up TikTok trying to put a video of somebody dancing and "not like us" in my face, I said, oh, I see what y'all doing. I see what you're doing. You're trying to artificially create a buzz. Now look, I'm not gonna sit here and say there aren't people that I'm not gonna say that people didn't like the song when it first came out. There were people that liked the song, just not as many as you think. Okay? Just not as many as you think. You got niggas running around here talking about some, man, that's a West Coast banger. So what? 70% of the black population lives in the South. 70% of the black population lives in the South. And you know what I never hear when I'm riding around? Because I'm in the South. You know what I never hear? Not like us. I never hear it. The only place I've heard "not like us" is on the damn internet. I've never heard "not like us" in real whole life, as Beans would say. In real whole life, I've never heard nobody bumping that damn song. Never. So I'm sitting back and I'm watching this play out. I'm watching this shit play out. And it's crazy because look, how many of y'all in here, you can sit back and you can watch niggas, you can watch niggas progress. You literally can watch niggas go from A to Z. You know what they getting ready to do before they do it. Like you literally know what they, like, you know what they getting ready to do. And you just sitting back watching them. You like, I know what you're getting ready to do, nigga. That's what it was like for me last year. And when I try to explain to the niggas this K-Dot fans and all on K-Dot's side, and niggas like, nah, Drake lost. I get it. You don't like Drake. We get it. We get it. You cannot like Drake. You can hate his guts. But the one thing you're not gonna do is you're not gonna gaslight the shit out of me about that beef. And you're not gonna try to use the peer pressure of the black community to force me into the opinion that you fucking agree with. That's why I had to bring up earlier, why is it every time I go to talk about K-Dot, the first thing, before the show even starts, there's somebody in the chat trying to defend K-Dot. Why do you need to defend that nigga if you really think he won? Because you don't think he won. He don't even think he won. He don't even think he won. Let me ask you a question. When a prize fighter wins a fight and they hand him the belt and he got the belt, what do? They put his hand in the air, right? And he looks to the audience and he cheers and everybody cheers for him, right? After he's won. Is he still over there punching the dude in the face after he won? After the shot clock, after the clock has ran out in the fourth quarter of the game, is Michael Jordan still on the court dunking the ball? After he won? Is he still on the court trying to cross niggas up? Huh? After the ninth inning, is A-Rod still on the field? So if K-Dot won, why did he dedicate his entire Super Bowl set to beating up or attempting to beat up Simone Drake if he already won? No, the only time you still swinging at an enemy is when you know that nigga ain't fail. The only time you still swinging at an enemy is when you're still in the fight. That's when you still swinging. When you still in the fight. I haven't heard Trump say anything about Kamala. Right? But I'll take it a step further. And this one is gonna hurt. This one's gonna really hurt. This one's gonna really hurt, right? So there's one parallel that I noticed. There's one parallel that caught my attention, right? So last year, they were hyping up Kamala Harris. Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember they were saying that Kamala was ahead in the polls? Kamala's winning, right? They had people outside of the country believing, because they're watching the media here, they had people outside the country believing that Kamala Harris was the second coming of Barack Obama, that she was the most popular thing in the world, right? But then we had an election. And what we found out in the election One, we found out it was too big to rig. Two, we found out after the election that even Kamala Harris's own internal polling had her losing, which means they were capping, right? Now, the beautiful thing about the election is that we can get some closure on the reality. We can get some closure on the attempted gaslighting, because now we know they were trying to gaslight us about Kamala. Now we know they were trying to make Kamala more popular than she was, because we got hard numbers to prove that Donald Trump was more popular, that Donald Trump had a bigger wave. We had hard numbers, right? To prove definitively that Donald Trump won. The only difference between the election, the back and forth between Kamala and Donald Trump, and the K-Dot and Drake beef is that we don't have an election. We don't do a vote to see who won in that beef. And yes, what I am alluding to is the same way Kamala Harris was capping, the same way her damn administration was capping, the same way, because don't get it twisted, there was a bunch of people that believed that hype. But I'm saying the same way they overbloated Kamala's popularity, pretended she was more popular than she was, to the point where they was actually convincing people, because that's the purpose of it, to try to convince Trump voters that it's not even worth going to vote. The same way they try to gas everybody about her, the music industry was gassing you niggas last year about Kendrick. The only difference is we didn't get to have a vote to see what it really was. The only numbers that we have to look at are like the streaming numbers. But for some odd reason, when it comes to K-Dot fans, they only care about the streaming numbers when K-Dot dropped Not Like Us. See, when he dropped Not Like Us and that shit got mad streams and mad views, see, they cared about the numbers then. But if you bring up the fact that it's 2025, Drake has not put out a project yet, and in January, he hit 1 billion streams on Spotify. He got the most streams last year, and he didn't even put out a project last year. See, then when you start talking about the numbers, all of a sudden they don't give a shit. Now, what's the difference when it comes to the election and the Kendrick and Drake beef? The difference is white folk care about numbers, niggas don't. Niggas will believe hearsay and hype over facts and numbers, facts and data. If Trump has more numbers than Kamala, white folks will say Trump won. If Drake got more numbers than Kendrick, niggas will say Kendrick won. And niggas will say numbers don't matter, like Trucker Yale said yesterday. I'm going to tell you the truth, numbers don't matter. And then we wonder why black people can't get ahead. The reason why black people can't get ahead, because black people will go with what they feel instead of whatever's a fact. So if they feel like something should be that way, that's how they're going to move. That's how they're going to operate. And while you may be able to get away with that when it comes to your entertainment, you may be able to get away with that when it comes to rap battles and shit, you can't get away with that in other areas of your life. You can't get away with that when it comes to your job. You can't get away with that when it comes to your finances. You can't get away with that when it comes to politics, even though you try. You try to do that same shit. How do I know this? Because 80-some% of you dumbass niggas voted for Kamala Harris, which means you believe that dumbass hype just like you believe the dumbass hype around Kendrick Lamar. The entire rest of the country knew it was bullshit, except you. In both cases. The Kendrick and Drake beef and the damn election. In both cases, you niggas didn't know what you was talking about. But you come over here to my channel to try to convince me of who won? A group of people that's at the bottom of the damn totem pole? A group of people that don't never get shit right? A group of people that ain't even intelligent enough to fix the family structure and your own community? But why? Why was Kamala pushing wokeness? Why do the Democrats push wokeness? Because it's the same reason that KDOT pushes wokeness. Why do they push wokeness? I'll tell you why they push wokeness. Because if they can keep you in the mind state that the white man is oppressive, or excuse me, the right-leaning Republican white man is oppressive. If they can keep you in that mind state and keep you simultaneously in that energy along with the we gonna be all right, we gonna be all right, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, if they can keep you in that fucking energy, they can always manipulate you. They can always manipulate you. Just like right now, I guarantee you that a large portion of the black community don't give a damn what Elon is finding with Doge. I guarantee you the vast majority of the black community, that 80-some% that voted for Kamala Harris, I guarantee you they are mad at Elon because the news told them to be. They're mad at Trump because the news told them to be. They don't care about the spending. They don't give a shit about that. They don't care about the mismanagement of funds. They don't care about the tax dollars that's being stolen from you. They don't care about that. You ain't got time to be worried about that because Kendrick is telling you that you shall overcome one day. Right? He went to the Super Bowl and gave a hidden message about how America is oppressing you. Simply because you're black. The only problem with that is the goofy folks in the government, the Democrats who claim to want to help black people, they're the ones that's actually oppressing not just black people, but everyday Americans through mismanagement of our tax funds. Hence, what they're distracting you from. So it's no wonder that beef jumped off the same year as an election year because they thought Kamala was going to win. They thought Kamala was going to win. And that whole wave of K-dot wokeness, they was hoping that they were going to use that K-dot wokeness, which is the main reason why Kamala said they not like us. That was on BET, Black Entertainment Television. She said that shit on purpose. It was strategic. It was not by accident. It was to make you understand that you are Democrats. You're not like the Republicans. So you need to vote Democrat. And guess what? It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked on 82% of you black men. It worked on 93% of you black women. It worked. Luckily for us, and I hate to have to say this, luckily for us, y'all don't decide an election. Because if niggas decided an election, we'd have Kamala Harris right now. If niggas decided the election, we'd have Kamala Harris right now. Said Kamala not even like us. You know what the funny thing is? Neither is Kendrick. Neither is Kendrick. Kendrick is part of the elite. Do you realize that? Kendrick and Drake are part of the elite. That's what makes this so hilarious. That's what makes this so hilarious. Kendrick not even like you. He's just putting on the mask of being like you because he's now become a tool of the damn industry. He's now a tool of the industry. To keep you niggas in line. He ain't no different. Kendrick today is to you what the Baptist preacher was to the slave. Let me say that again. I'm going to say it again. Kendrick in rap today is to you black people what the black Baptist preacher was to the black slave. So y'all don't go to church today. So they can't use Baptist preachers to influence you anymore. Because this newer generation ain't really churchgoers, ain't really religious. Nowadays, your religion is hip hop. So nowadays, they give you the new Baptist preacher, Kendrick Lamar. That's all he does when he gets on his damn songs is preach to you. Meanwhile, you turn around and say Drake is fake for entertaining you. Drake is actually doing what he's supposed to do, which is make music for you to dance to, make music for you to party to. Kendrick is an entire activist. He may as well, and propping himself up as some sort of new Martin Luther King Jr. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Ooh, I know y'all can't stand me. I know UK fans can't stand me. You gotta hate me. You gotta hate me because as much as you don't like me, you know what I'm saying makes sense. You ain't gonna acknowledge it. You don't want to acknowledge it, but you know what I'm saying makes perfect sense. K-Dot is the modern day Baptist preacher. Just like you niggas are the modern day slaves. You don't got religion no more. You don't go to church no more. So they can't use the left, the Democrats. They can't use the Baptist preacher anymore. Y'all don't care what Al Sharpton got to say. Y'all don't care what Jesse Jackson got to say. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all don't care about that. Nowadays, y'all listen to Kendrick Lamar, Glorilla, Meg the Stallion, which I find to be ironic because we had plenty of rappers back in the day that was worth listening to when it come to your livelihood and your life. You feel me? KRS-One, Rakim, Talib Kweli. Back then, y'all didn't want to listen to rappers back then, not about your life. I find it really interesting that the rappers you really take the most stock in is the dumbest ones. That is hilarious, bruh. You'd rather listen to Glorilla and Meg the Stallion than Bahamadia, than Miss Melody. You'd rather listen to Kendrick Lamar than Rakim, KRS-One. The one, the only said, all y'all are bugging. Bugging how? Please explain. Please explain. Bugging how? I would love for you to explain to me. If you're saying that I'm bugging, I would love for you to explain to me how I'm bugging. I would love for you to explain to me how I'm bugging. Press 1 in the chat if what I'm saying makes sense. Press 1 in the chat if what I'm saying makes sense. And by the way, support the show. Shout out to Omar. He said, can't wait till this P&D and Drizzy album. Shit about to be one for the books. Trust. Shout out to Big Mike. He said, paying dues. Shout out to Mr. Greg Nificent. He said, oh my God, preach AM. This stream is fire. Keep cooking. All right, now, if y'all think the stream is fire, support the stream. Shout out to 3-Man Podcast. He said, black community glorifies bullshit and degeneracy, care more about police brutality, but gangs terrorizing the black community for 30 years. Not a word. Fact. Shout out Six Paths Dice. Said, I never had so many people in my comment section insulting me until I started talking about the Drake and K-Dot. Yeah. Shout out to Clark. He said, only winners know how to win gracefully. Shout out to Avery. That show was garbage. They just can't admit it. Shout out to Red Star. Said, it was wild how Beyonce and Samuel Jackson pivoted Republican after the election. Now Beyonce is Miss Texas in cowboy hats and Samuel Jackson is Uncle Sam. Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember, but she said she would never do a show in a red state if Trump won. Right after he won, she was in Texas doing a damn show. Shout out to Six Paths Dice. Said light skin supremacy in 2025. By the way, the aggression toward light-skinned men in particular is proxy aggression for white men, which makes Drake perfect for. Wow. Yep. Shout out to Triple Dot Tone. Says Serena morphing into one of the white chicks. Shout out to the real Bruce Wayne. Said Kendrick said it himself on that song with Rihanna. It's a secret society. All we got is us. All we got is trust. Yep. Facts. Shout out to Terrell. He said, I bet K-Dot fans eating chitlins, raggedy asses. Shout out to Chris. He said K-Dot was trash as Kamala. Facts. Now, here's the interesting thing. For everybody that wants to say, oh, the Super Bowl show was good. I don't know what y'all talking about. Oh, really? Oh, really? Hold on. Let's get this. Let's get this joint pulled up real quick. So, here's my question. If the Super Bowl halftime show was so awesome, why would the NFL have to apologize for it? Well, let me see if I can zoom in on this. See if I can zoom in. Why would the NFL have to apologize if it was so awesome? You know what I told them niggas last night? I said, I bet you any amount. I said, you know what? Here's the thing. You had Kendrick up there with all kinds of gang innuendo. You got Serena Williams crip walking. And to be truthfully honest, the audience, which was mostly white folk, was looking at it like, what the hell is this? And you know what I told them Negroes last night? I said, you watch. I said, I guarantee you the next Super Bowl is going to be somebody white performing. And who do you have to thank for that? Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar. You ever try to do an event or something and the event is going fine or whatever, and you have the event every year, and then one day you decide to invite some ignorant niggas? You try to give some ignorant niggas a shot, and they do what you know they was gonna do, which is mess it up for everybody else. That's that nigga. That's that nigga. That's that Negro. Let's see. NFL apologizes over Super Bowl halftime show snub as Kendrick Lamar performance is slammed. The NFL immediately sent a letter of apology to Lil Wayne after announcing last year that Kendrick Lamar had been chosen to perform the Super Bowl halftime show. Lil Wayne was denied the chance to headline this year's halftime show in New Orleans, a move which sparked outrage given his famous association with the Big Easy, where he was born and raised. And to add to the controversy, Kendrick's performance at the Superdome was heavily criticized by viewers who were left underwhelmed Sunday night. The Not Like Us rapper, I told you, that's what he's going to be defined by. He's going to be defined by Not Like Us. The Not Like Us rapper, who included his famous diss track about bitter rival Drake, was slammed for putting on the worst halftime show ever as fans made their displeasure known. Prior to Sunday's show, sports commentator Skip Bayless expressed his anger that Lil Wayne had been snubbed for the New Orleans gig, while claiming the NFL issued an apology to him back in September after offering it to Kendrick. Bayless, who is good friends with Lil Wayne, said on his YouTube show, the NFL immediately sent Wayne a letter of apology from nobody in particular, just from the league on NFL letterhead. So they done already said that this Negro show was the worst halftime show ever. Worst halftime show ever. Worst halftime show ever. But getting back to my point, they need you Negroes to be thoroughly pacified and preoccupied. Okay? And that's the main reason why last year they used the Kendrick and Drake beef to thoroughly distract you niggas. To thoroughly distract you niggas. So guess what? If you were if you were black and you were focused on the K-Dot and Kendrick beef, you know what you wasn't focused on? Politics. You know what you wasn't focused on? The lies about Kamala Harris and the truth about Donald Trump. That's what you wasn't focused on. So that by the time it was time for you to vote, you're going to vote based on what? They not like us. They not like us. You want me to say it again? You want me to say it again for the slow ones in the back? You want me to say it again for the slow ones in the back? Huh? Because you know what was happening last year? You know what was happening for the past 4 years? The Democrats were watching the black community leave the Democratic Party. Now, that's problematic. And the reason why that's problematic is because LBJ said he'll have you niggas voting Democrat for the next 300 years, right? It's only been, 60, 70 years? So they had to figure out a way to reinvigorate that Democratic loyalty. And what do you know? They did it with an anthem. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. I guarantee you most of the niggas that felt like Kendrick won, I bet you they voted for Kamala Harris. I bet money on it. I bet money on it. But see, there's only one problem. And that's the reason why his Super Bowl performance wasn't what y'all thought it was going to be. That's the reason why, that's part of the reason why, one, his Super Bowl performance wasn't what you thought it was going to be, because, quite frankly, Kendrick can't carry a Super Bowl show by himself. That's number one. Number two, the reason why the audience, didn't react well to Kendrick is because wokeness died when Kamala lost the election. So for him to get his goofy ass out there on that NFL stage, on that Super Bowl stage, and try to give y'all some woke bullshit, the audience was looking like, we don't want to hear this woke shit. Or maybe that wasn't evident from them booing Taylor Swift and cheering for Donald Trump. Go ahead and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. See, here's the thing you got to realize. Y'all keep saying it's over for Kendrick. It's over for Drake. Nah, it's over for Kendrick. It's over for Kendrick. Because the country as a whole is moving away from wokeness. Now, if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, let's revisit this topic in the next few years. Let's revisit this topic in the next few years. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Calling out pedos ain't woke. It's based as fuck. Well, then why didn't he call out the ones he cool with? Then why didn't he call out the ones he cool with? then why didn't he call out the ones he cool with? Look, notice he didn't answer that. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Fight for your life in the chat room. Why didn't he call out the ones that he cool with? Why didn't he call out the ones that he cool with? Huh? Oh, now you ain't got nothing to say. I tell you what. Tell your story walking. Look, who are the ones he's cool with? Look at Reg. Look at Reg T. Look at Reg T. Who are the ones he's cool with? So let me make sure I understand this. Let me make sure I understand this, K-Dot fans. You niggas can decipher every rap that he has. You can find every hidden meaning from the rap to the cover of the album to the little secret things that he says in his music. You can decipher all of that shit, but you don't know the people that he surrounds himself with that's on that type of time? You think I believe that? Nah, I don't believe that. So you can get your bitch ass up out of here too, nigga. Bye. Bye. Let's see. I saw another one. Oh, Timothy, he said, what? Oh, you act like you don't know either? Okay. Bye. Not only is Kendrick cool with niggas that are PDF files, he's also cool. They also women beaters. They also women beaters. They're also women beaters. Dark Devil said, damn, AM, it's like that. He said, damn, it's like that? Yeah. Let me show you. Let me show you. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. See, what I've been saying is logical. It makes logical sense to anybody that's intelligent. So at this point, if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's because you don't want to understand what I'm saying. It's willful ignorance. And trust and believe, there's plenty of that floating around the community. It's willful ignorance. And if you're going to be a willfully ignorant motherfucker, don't even hang around my channel. We don't want that shit spreading. We don't want ignorant niggotry spreading like wildfire if you're too slow to comprehend everything that I just broke down. See, what's funny to me is that whenever y'all take Kendrick's lyrics and dissect it like it's some kind of mathematical equation, that's not reaching. But when I break down the entire method of how the Democrats utilize media, music, movies, all sorts of things in order to manipulate you into constantly being the bootlicks for the Democratic Party who promise you all sorts of things and never give you anything. Meanwhile, the people that they use, like a Kendrick Lamar, gets rich off of you, and then they get to be part of the elite while pretending to be one of you. If you can't understand what I just broke down, I don't want to hear shit about how deep Kendrick's lyrics are. Because how is it on one hand you can tell me that you understand the deep complexities of Kendrick's lyrics, but when I start talking about this shit, you acting like it's going over your head? Thought you was intelligent. I thought you K-Dot fans were intelligent. Thought y'all be splitting atoms and shit. No, you're not intelligent. You just a bunch of ass kissers. That's all. And all they got to do, and all the elites have to do, is go find some great black hope that's going to be like another Martin Luther King, another Malcolm X, another Tupac Shakur, and they get that person under wraps, and they can use that. It's called controlled opposition. They can use that person to manipulate y'all's dumb asses into operating and doing the way they want you to do. All they got to do is take a black person and charge them up with some race baiting bullshit. That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do. All they got to do is go find them a nigga that ain't got no money, right? Or a nigga that wants something. What did Kendrick want? To be better than Drake. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be better than Drake. And so guess what? That's the bargain he made with the devil. Well, we need you to lead the people this way. Okay, well, I'll lead them this way if you can make me better than Drake. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Umar. Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Umar. Ed Freeman said, ain't no devil, what you talking about? What you tallin' about? That's what he wanted. So you mean to tell me out of every rapper in the world, he's the first rapper to win a Pulitzer? All of these sick-ass lyrics that we've gotten over the years, all of these deep thinkers in hip-hop, he's the first one to get a Pulitzer Prize. You mean to tell me Nas got 1 Grammy and this nigga got 5 in 1 award show? In fact, if I'm not mistaken, in that same award show, Beyonce got a Grammy for that country album. But no, Kendrick earned those Grammys. Oh, he earned those Grammys. He earned them. He earned those Grammys. You tripping, Angry Man. It's K-Dot. It's K-Dot. The same nigga that went out there to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, and had to introduce himself. I go by the name of K-Dot. They should already know that, sir. They should already know that, sir. You're the halftime headliner. They should already know your name, sir. Yeah. I think you was a bit overzealous. I think you was just a little bit too happy. You know what the highlight of that nigga's career is? Hey, Drake, I heard you like him young. That's the highlight of his career. That's the highlight of his career. Being able to say Drake's name at the Super Bowl. That's the highlight of his career. Congratulations. Congratulations, little fella. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. You did it. You did it. You did, nigga. We made it. Oh my God. Shout out to Robert. He said tuition cook AM K-Bots still walking on hind legs. Shout out to Organized Truth. He said Jay-Z and K-Dot just messed it up for all rappers. Jay-Z's decision making on the NFL halftime was definitely downgraded. Oh, you know it was. You know it was. You watch. Next year ain't gonna be nobody black, and they probably ain't gonna be no rapper. Shout out to Gresh Gore said, sad thing is, AM, even some sports pundits Monday were saying Drake got beat as bad as the Chiefs made me fear. Of course, because these niggas is paid to say this dumb shit. Some of these niggas is paid to say that dumb shit, and some of them just trying to ride the bandwagon. They just want to be cool. They want to be in with the culture. So they're going to say what they think the culture is going to find pleasurable. You feel me? Me personally, I don't give a damn what niggas think. Shout out to Ben RP. He said, for the gun line, brother AM, appreciate you.
$50 boss up. Stack up and match up.
Shout out to Grave Diggies. Appreciate the membership. Shout out to Detroit 313. He said, I'd see why Snoop Dogg is critiquing and call him out on K-Dot. Shout out to Avery. Avery said, and the same people who's been on that America is racist BS are now trying to make Kendrick out to be so patriotic. Shaking my head. Bruh. The irony. Shout out to DJE. Said, check Rev Tom Johnson's work with the Neighborhood Academy and more in PGHPA, educating the community kids with highest standards, lifting the community higher and than K-Dot or Drake. Respect TJ, RIP coach, YDM AM. Appreciate you. Shout out to Zacchaeus. He said, posted the show was dumpster. He said the show was dumpster juice and DMs went crazy, I guess. Yo, we need some more support on the Cash App side of the game, man. We need some Cash App sponsorship. So yeah, this K-Dot is no different. He's no different than the Democrats that's out here lying to you every day. He's no different. The same way the Democrats show hypocrisy, right? The Democrats will sit here and say, oh, the Republicans is trying to steal your money and they're trying to destroy democracy. They're trying to, and then you have Doge happen, and then you find out the Democrats is engaged in that type of activity, right? The same way you got this dude running around here screaming about Drake being a PDF file. Meanwhile, the team he worked for is hit with allegations. Meanwhile, the people he's surrounding himself with hit with allegations. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Flat out hypocrisy. And for some reason, black people nowadays, they act like you gotta be in tune with Kendrick Lamar to understand the intricacies of what he's saying, and it's like, man, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Ain't nothing deep about you niggas. It's pseudo deepness. And woke is pseudo consciousness. Instead of going to Kendrick Lamar for your spiritual enlightenment, why don't you pick up a fucking book? How about that? How about you actually read a fucking book? Like, you niggas is like, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. And then you got SZA up there performing with him. And you know what? I used to wonder why. I used to wonder why SZA's lyrics were the way they were. Because wasn't she the one that put out, when she first came out, she put out a song talking about sharing a nigga? Didn't she, wasn't she the one that put that shit out? I used to wonder why all her lyrics sounded the way they sounded until I saw her, until I saw a picture of her. I said, oh, that makes sense now. That makes sense now. That makes perfect sense now. Like, the moment I saw her, right? I said, okay, that makes sense. She's a, what's the best way to say this? So whenever you have R&B artists, right? Usually when an R&B artist becomes popular, it's usually a chick that's really pretty, like really, really pretty, right? Like not a chick that's, just like, she's like, when I first heard her lyrics, I was trying to figure out, why does she make lyrics like this? And then when I saw her, I said, oh, that's why, because she's a side chick type chick. She's a secondary chick. I told my wife that. I said, yo, SZA, the reason why she put out music like that is because she a secondary chick. She's like, what you talking about? I said, you got primary chicks and you got secondary chicks. Primary chicks usually become girlfriends and wives. Secondary chicks usually are side chicks or flings. She a secondary chick. That's why if you notice in her videos and stuff, she always got a hair in her face and shit trying to cover her face. Like she's a secondary chick. She's not impressive. She's not impressive. She's like a less cute, light-skinned Keisha. Says she makes side chick music because that's what she is, a secondary type chick. My wife said, how do you know what a secondary chick looks like? I said, because I know what a primary chick looks like. Like, I know what a primary chick looks like. You feel me? I know the difference between primary and secondary. Like, let's be real. You got primary chicks and you got secondary chicks. You feel me? She's the chick that gets to, gets to hang out with the dude on the 15th of February. She gets to kick it with the dude on the 15th of February, not the 14th, the 15th. But no, seriously, when you look at her, like, are you like, and don't get me wrong, her music, like some of her music is good. Some of her music is good music or whatever, right? But when you see SZA, are you impressed? Do you be like, oh my God, Lord have mercy? Like, do you be no? You go to any hood in America and you go to any hood in America and take a handful of M&Ms and throw them shits in the crowd, and you will hit 10 scissors. You will hit 10 scissors. You will hit 10 of them. You feel me? Like, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying her phenotype is a very common phenotype. There's a lot of chicks that look like SZA. Which makes her not impressive in the looks department, because it's too many chicks that look like her. Like you could go to Walmart and there'll be a chick running the cash register that look like SZA. You could go to the Dollar Tree and there'll be a chick in there that's the assistant manager that will look like SZA. You could go to a restaurant and your waiter will look like SZA. You feel me? You're not gonna go to the Dollar Tree, a restaurant, or Walmart and bump into no Aaliyah chick. You feel me? You're not gonna bump into no Maya chick. You understand? You're not bumping into Zazie Beats on average. Like, you're not bumping into Rosalind Sanchez on average. Bernice Burgo. You're not bumping into those type of chicks on average. But a chick like SZA, you'll see a chick like SZA at the bus stop, nigga. I touched that 5 for you. She'll be at the damn bus stop singing that shit. Talk about she'll touch that 5 for you. I test the 5 for you. Of course you will. Of course you will. Matter of fact, hold on. What is the name of that song? Snooze? Hold on. Let me pull up the lyrics to Snooze. Snooze lyrics. She said, I'll touch that 5 for you. I'll do that 3, that 4 times again. I'll testify for you. I told that lie. I kill that bitch. I do what all of them around you scared to do. I'm not. Long as you jugging out here for me, I got it. Of course. Of course you gonna risk your freedom and your life to be with that nigga, because that's what you gotta do to be with that nigga. You better be carrying them pistols. You better be putting them guns in your bag. You better be helping bag up that work. You better earn your keep. Said mobbing, scheming, looting, hide your bodies. Long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. Of course. You got to do all of that shit. You got to do, because look, a primary chick, you could be like, hey, I need you to hide this gun for me that I just used in commission of a crime. A primary chick could be like, I'm not hiding that shit. What's wrong with you? Side chick be like, oh, okay, give it here, give it here. Soon as I seen her face, bruh, I immediately knew, okay, that's why her lyrics sound like that. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. It makes sense why her lyrics sound like that and Ellie Mae's lyrics sound like her lyrics. You feel me? Biddy da da, boot up. See, she booed up. Oh my God. Shout out to Kevin. Said K Dot allowing it to go so mainstream created the L. Look, I'm just keeping it real. SZA's the type of chick, she gotta have some makeup on, bro. She gotta have some makeup on. Let me see what SZA look like without makeup. Oh, and she done went and got some. And she done went and got some damn. And she went and got a nose job. See, y'all think I'm joking, right? Y'all think I'm joking, right? Check it out. Check it out. How many scissors? How many scissors have you seen in the hood? How many scissors have you seen in the hood, bruh? How many scissors have you seen in the hood, bruh? The hood is full of scissors. Oh my God. Let me stop talking about that girl. Hey, look, all you gotta do is look up. All you gotta do is look up SZA without makeup. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is look up SZA without makeup. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Yo, if y'all want me to keep going, we need some support on the Cash App side of the game. Unless y'all want me to shut it down. You feel me? Hit the Cash App and support the show. We need a sponsor. Shout out to Furman. He said, what do you think the Carter 6 gonna consist of? I have absolutely no idea, fam. I don't know. Shout out to Anjay. Appreciate you. Shout out to Special Ed. Said, so is it the same thing when the powers that be make Drake wear colored barrettes and colored fingernail polish to influence the young boys to be it? Yes, absolutely. It is absolutely the same thing. It is absolutely the same thing. Shout out to Max Jr. Said they need to put Doge on the halftime show to see where the money was misspent. Let's see. Shout out to No. Elon said, shut it down. I'll tell you what. Why don't we just shut you down? How about that? We'll just shut you down. Shout out to No Hearts, No Love. Said, I watched a rapper that I'm a fan of finally get his recognition by calling another man a P-file. To watch a man win 5 Grammys for that BS and 50 couldn't get one for Get Rich or Die Trying is very telling, man. That's crazy. That's crazy work right there. That's nasty work right there. Shout out to Grinch. He said, you foul, bruh. You know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. Grinch said, this nigga crushing self-confidence tonight. AM said, her beauty on bus stop, the cruelty. Look. Bruh, I used to wonder, because, like, I kept hearing everybody talking about SZA. I heard a song and stuff. But unlike other R&B singers, I didn't see pictures of her plastered everywhere. And so one day I just decided to look it up on the internet. I said, what does SZA even look like? And I went to look it up on the internet. I said, oh, that's why your lyrics are like that. You a perpetual side chick. Because she's not. And look, I'm not saying she's ugly. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she's extra regular. Like, to be an R&B singer and be extra regular looking, that's not good. That's not good. Like, most R&B singers, like, you got to think. You look at an R&B singer like Aaliyah, A. Marie. Like, you got R&B singers that are gorgeous. You feel me? And then you look over there at SZA and you like, nigga be like, hey man, what you think about Maya? Oh man, she bad. Yo, what you think about Aaliyah? Oh man, she gorgeous. What you think about A. Marie? Oh my God, A. Marie in her prime. Oh my God. What you think about SZA? I'd smash. When a nigga look at you and be like, I'd hit. He's like, what? But you a whole R&B singer out here. You a whole R&B singer out here. And you out here like, it's not good because guess what? I could see SZA out on the street and wouldn't even think she's a superstar. You feel me? Like if I was somewhere out and about in my car and SZA walked up to my car talking about some, hey, what you got going on? I'd be like, man, you don't get away from my car, Strag. Shoo! Yeah! 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 Get away! I know I ain't shit. I know I'm a horrible individual. I know. I'm a horrible person, bro. I'm a horrible person. Shout out to Billy Nico. Said, good show. You tied it all together well. Can't deny the logic. Peace. Shout out to No Hearts, No Love. Said, AM, just say it. She looks easy. Maybe we should ask Drake. Hey, I'm saying, bruh. Shout out to Rail Maverick. He said, salute AM. Shout out to Lucid Experience. Said Serena got 150 million husband and is still miserable. Facts. Yo, shout out to Steve. He said supporting the shoe.
$50 boss up. Stack up and match up.
Shout out to Hendrick. He said shout out from Detroit. Shout out to James. He said I'm from Compton, AM. I'm disappointed in K. Dot. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people from Compton say that they was disappointed in him. I have seen that. He said lost on purpose. Said time to log out, AM. Nah, fam. I got some more shit to say. And look, don't get me wrong. I know there's a whole bunch of you. There's a whole bunch of you niggas out here that would wife scissor up in a minute. Said, let's see, Femi Bet said SZA, Summer Walker, and Sukiana and Serena all resemble. Yeah, because they have a phenotype that is typical in the black community. You know how many chicks I know that look like Sukiana in the face? Like I couldn't, like, right now, if I was out and about and there was a crowd of women, I wouldn't be able to point Summer Walker out in the crowd. I wouldn't even be able to point her out in the crowd. In fact, let me look up a picture of Summer Walker right now. Yep. That's A. And look, and I'm not even on front. I'm biased, right? Because that's not my type. You feel me? I don't really go for those types of chicks. You know what I'm saying? The SZA, Summer Walker, Sukiana type. I don't really go for them type of chicks. And it has nothing to do with their, before you try to jump the skin tone, it has nothing to do with their skin tone. I just not attracted. I don't find anything attractive about them. I just don't. They too generic. They're too generic. Look, James said, you're right, AM. SZA would get wifed up. I know y'all would. I know there's a bunch of you niggas out here that would wife up all of those chicks. You would wife up all of them chicks. And they would ruin your life. They would ruin your fucking life. They would ruin your life, bruh. Oh my God. I give you a month. Within a month, you'll be walking down the steps of that apartment with your clothes in a Glad bag over your shoulder and shit, looking like a ghetto Santa Claus. Hey man, where you going? Man, she tripping. She put you out? Yeah, man, she tripping. I'm good though. Go crash at my homeboy's house. Y'all niggas need to invest in some luggage, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, invest in some luggage, man. It don't cost that much to get you some luggage, bro. Stop carrying around your clothes in a Glad bag, man. Oh my God. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this shit. You feel me? If she do put you out and you put your clothes in a Glad bag and you leave, don't go back over there the next day. Go back over there the next day and you gonna witness something that's gonna destroy your damn world. Cause if you go back over there the next day, hell, go back over there. Don't go back over there later that night. You gonna walk up there, get ready to knock on the door. You gonna listen. You look, before you get ready to knock on the door, right before you get ready to hit the door, you gonna be hearing this in the background. That's right, nigga. You ain't do shit wrong. She started that fight with you to get you out of the house so she could fuck that other nigga. You go back over there later that night, she over there getting them cheeks clapped, nigga. Getting them cheeks clapped, nigga. Had no cool off period. The moment you was out that door, she was on the phone texting that nigga. He gone. Yeah. Bring some Alizé. Bring some Malibu. You know why it's so funny? 'Cause it's true. Oh, that's why it's funny, 'cause it's true. You know it's true. Nigga be standing outside that, look, nigga be standing outside the door with that trash bag. That nigga drop the bag on the ground, just be standing there. Can't believe she did this, man. Can't believe she... Open up! Inside you hear, oh shit, what's that? Oh, hell no. What you doing here? We ain't together no more. We broke up. This what you doing? This what you doing? You ain't never loved me, did you? I'm trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You left. You took all your stuff and you left. Don't come over here with that bullshit. I'm going to call your probation officer. And then you know what? After she done rode the carousel for about a good week or two, then she'll text your ass. Right? Right around the time you finally said, fuck it, and you done got over, you over there at your homeboy's house crashing. Now you got a new outlook on life because you feel like I'm free now. Fuck it, I'm free. Homeboys done took you out to the club. You done went to the strip club. You done let a couple chicks lap dance on you and stuff, and now you feel like you got it together. You like, shit, I'm good now. I'm single, nigga. You been singing all of the songs. Nigga, I'm single. Nigga had to cancel that bitch like Nino. You talking all that shit, and then all of a sudden you look at your phone. Bing! Hey, big head. And you know what the average nigga do? Take his ass right back on over there. Take his ass right back on over there. Week later, that nigga be coming in the house with the bag. Y'all know that's how it go. Those are the games that niggas play in the hood. Those are the games that niggas play in the hood. And that's why I tell young bucks, if you don't do nothing else in this world when you get old enough and get out on your own, don't you move in with no chick. I don't care if she say she want to go 50-50 with you and you feel like you getting a deal. Don't do it. When you young in your early 20s or whatever, if you got to work 2 jobs, do what you got to do to get your own place. Get your own place, and then any chicks you deal with, they can come over there and kick it with you. When they get to acting stupid, you can do this. Hit the corner. Hit the corner. Go back and watch Martin. Martin's superpower was the ability to kick everybody out. That was Martin's superpower. He could kick at any given time. Hey, cut the corner. Gina be sitting there laughing. He said, ha ha ha, what you laughing about? You can cut the corner too. So you putting me out? Yeah. I need some time to think. Get to stepping. Get to stepping. You feel me? If you a young, single dude, there's nothing more powerful than having your own crib, nigga. Your own shit, okay? Your own crib. Don't be goofy. Don't be goofy and be like, damn, man, this rent is high. And then you want to link up with a chick because you think y'all going to split the rent and all of that. Nah, bruh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do what you got to do. Let me tell you something. It wouldn't even matter if you worked all day and you barely even get to be in the crib. If you worked all day and you just got enough time to go home, eat some food, and lay down, let me tell you something. That peace of mind that you get from that situation is going to be a hell of a lot better than trying to do that 50-50 shit at a young age. Nah, don't do that shit. The only woman that you should want to live with is a chick that you know for a fact is either gonna be or is your wife, nigga. In other words, you done been together so long, you know y'all gonna get along. You feel what I'm saying? But when you young and you just single and you out here dating, nah, bruh. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. That shit is for the birds. That shit is for the birds, nigga. That's too much stress. That's way too much stress. Way too much bullshit. Shout out to Flash. Appreciate you. Way too much bullshit. But yeah, I felt the need to break down this Kendrick Lamar crap and how it coincides with the Kamala Harris crap. And look, y'all don't gotta agree with it. Y'all don't gotta agree with it, but it definitely gives you some shit to think about. Especially watching Kendrick's moves moving forward. Now you got something to think about. Now you got something to think about. Now you got something to think about. But anyway, we haven't had nobody else hit the sponsorship. So we gonna wrap this up, man. Tomorrow, I'll be back at you guys with straight political news. So be on the lookout for that. But make sure you guys go check out my book, available on Amazon. All you have to do is type The Angryman Standard in the search bar and it will come up. Also, if you want to check out the merchandise, all you have to do is go to shopBinoNation.com. Again, that's shopBinoNation.com. But other than that, man, I'm going to holler at y'all later. And try to stay away from them scissors and them Summer Walkers and them Sukianas. They be ruining y'all niggas' lives. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button. Holla at y'all later. Peace.
Spartans! What is your profession?